Om Shanti. 17 July 2019, Wednesday. Slogan. Consider service to be a game, and you won't get tired, and will always remain light. Consider service, seva, to be a game, and the result would be you will always remain light. In this Brahmin life, seva is the integral part of our daily routine, and Baba has often said, without service, this life is incomplete. Rather, service is the breath of soul. Few days back, there was Murli which said, service is the breath, shwas, of soul. So, service keeps us busy. Service is the fourth subject, and all subjects are equally important. And without service, this life would become dull and drab. The joy of giving others what we have got is immense. Just as we have achieved something, we want that everyone should achieve it. We want everyone should get it. That joy is extraordinary. And Baba said, unless and until all souls of this world get the message, you cannot go back. So it is incumbent upon us to serve. So service is the very soul of this life. Service is the very soul of soul. And that's why service is very important. But sometimes service itself becomes the cause of disturbance. Sometimes in service only there are so many conflicts. In service only Baba had said once upon a time that Vairag gets destroyed. It is in service only that you come in contact with so many souls, so many variety of souls, and you find the ability to adjust with them. You find unable to adjust with them. So, service also can become the cause of disturbance, obstacle. In service only the happiness is destroyed. So many things can happen in service. And on one side we say service is everything, service is joy, service is happiness, service is an avenue to get the blessings of the soul. But at the same time, service sometimes leads to disturbance. So what should we do so that this service keeps us light, this service remains a source of happiness for us? There is one good question. Is service the source of happiness? Or we are happy, that's why we are doing service? There is one, happiness and service. Is it that we are doing service because we get happiness? Or we are happy, that's why we are doing service? What is true? We are happy, that's why we are doing service, or we are doing service so that we get happiness? What should be the case?
We are doing service, then we get happiness.
Okay, we are doing service, we get happiness. If suppose you are not given any service, then you will become unhappy then. So your happiness depends upon service.
It's not that happiness depends on service, but we get more happy and more light.
That's another thing. We get more happy. But I am asking, is it because we are happy, the source of our happiness? Is service the source of our happiness?
No.
Service alone is not the source of our happiness. If the seva is snatched away from somebody, then the person will get unhappy. That's why It should not happen that service alone is the cause of our happiness. Service is not the cause of our happiness. Our happiness springs from some other source. The font of our happiness is something else. The fountain of our happiness is something else. The basis of our happiness is something else, not the service. And there are people who have made service the source of their happiness. These are the people who will come to sorrow at some other time. Because for them, service is the source of happiness. There is a sister who does 7 days course. Now one day suddenly somebody tells us, our senior tells us, now you cannot do this service anymore. Now you engage yourself in kitchen. So service is snatched away. The person will become unhappy. So service should never become the source of happiness. Though service induces happiness. Service is happiness giving. When you do service, you feel happy. When you do service, there are butterflies in your heart. You feel very happy. But that should not be the case. Our happiness is rooted in Gyan, in yoga. Our happiness is rooted in love of God. Our happiness is rooted in soul conscious stage and not in any service. That's why service should not become the fountain of happiness. It is something like a toy which Baba has given us to play with. Otherwise, he doesn't need anything. Otherwise, what you will do the whole day? If your service is not there, are you going to engage yourself only in Gyan and Yoga? It's not possible. How much Yoga you will do? How much Gyan you will study? So, today's slogan says, as I said, service is very important. And service gives happiness. But that service itself sometimes becomes the cause of unhappiness. When there is a conflict of sanskars, when there is no vairag, when there is no tyag in that, when there is no renunciation, when there is not feeling of selflessness, or when there is an exhibition, or when a person wants to show off, or when there is a desire for name, fame and glory, and there is an inflation of the ego. So that service itself becomes a maya, a trap, a deception, a vain glory. So that's why Baba here is saying, if you want to remain light in service, what you should do is think of Seva as it's a game. Baba here he's not saying that this is the source of income. He's not saying that it is a source of earning blessings. Even though that is income, it's a source of earning blessing. All those things are there. But always know that Seva is a game. So when you play game, what all things happen? When we play any game, indoor game, outdoor games, or any game for that matter, few things happen. So what are the advantages? What are the advantages of gaming? What are the advantages of playing any game? That could be indoor game, that could be outdoor game. Tell about 50 advantages minimum. So let's start. Yeah. Okay, it's for whiling away the time. Many people play it just to do time pass, TPS. So time pass. So it's just for the sake of PP. Some people do that, but I am asking some advantages. Okay, so it augments self-confidence. A person who is diffident, person who lacks self-confidence, now he is asked to play. So once he starts playing, he gains new confidence. There is a sense of emerging confidence in a person. So self-confidence. When Swami Vivekananda had gone to one place to visit one village, a village school, he found that the students there are infirm, very weak, physically weak, very feeble. And he said a very dramatic statement: you will be more near to God through football than through the study of Bhagavad Gita. That's a very famous statement. You will be more near to God through football than through the study of Bhagavad Gita, because he saw that the students are so weak physically. First, let them build themselves, their physical health. They are lacking self-confidence. So, games means you become self-confident. Games means you become physically strong. You become physically healthy. This is a sort of physical training. It's a PT, exercise. What else? It's a sake of enjoyment. When you play, you enjoy. Suppose a person is in despair, depressed, not feeling like to do anything. You make them play, and suddenly you find that the happiness hormones are surging up, and the person is back to the level of exhilaration, the level of happiness. So it's for the sake of enjoyment, it's for the sake of happiness, it's for the sake of joy, bliss, all these things. Energy, that when you play you become all the more energetic. Whatever energy you have, the graph of your energy increases when you play. So if you want to become energetic, if you want to become dynamic, you should play. What else? Concentration. Yeah, these are some of the other effects of games. Concentration, you become zeroing on one thing. You can focus on one thing. So whenever you play, your level of concentration, your chart of concentration, your quality of concentration definitely increases. Because every game needs a lot of concentration. Just imagine somebody is playing chess. So much concentration is needed in chess. For example, somebody is playing football. So your eye has to be on that ball all the time. Somebody is playing badminton. So you have to be very much focused on that ball. So it increases concentration. Balance. So it teaches you the beautiful ability of keeping balance. What else? Huh? Which specialties? Friendship. That's known as sportsmanship. Sportsmanship. So you develop the ability to cooperate each other, to help each other, to have that sense of sportsmanship. Even if you get defeated, you learn the ability to accept defeat with grace. It's not the getting defeated is not a bad thing. In game, there is a defeat and there is a victory. One group will get defeated, one group will get victorious. So you learn the ability to accept defeat gracefully. What else? Stress. So all games are great stress relievers. Any game, there are a lot of studies that show that games are stress relievers. So stress, tensions of lives get greatly reduced when somebody resort to playing. What else? Already said. It increases memory power. So this is a most wonderful side effect you can say, or advantage of gaming. That's why they say in schools they teach that each child should play something. If suppose somebody has a very poor memory, probably is not gaming much, is not playing, so you must play so that the memory power increases. Why memory power increases in games?
Because we are concentrating on
So one is concentration, another is every time there is something new, because you have to remember so many things. You have to remember the games of the rules of the game. You have to remember the rules, no? Can you play anything without rules? So you have to remember the rules. And when you are jumping, hopping here and there, the brain cells are stimulated. So your memory definitely increases.
Importance of time.
Okay, time management. So you learn the time management. Definitely when you when you get defeated just by a fraction of second, suppose somebody is running and he knows the importance of milliseconds, he has come in the second place. By how much minutes, or not minutes, by seconds people run and they get defeated. So they learn the importance of time in games, how to come on time. So they learn punctuality because of games. What else? Decision making. One of the beautiful things about game is decision making. You learn, you have to take decisions. Sometimes the cricket match is becoming tough and tough. So the captain takes the decision. No, this person will not, though it was his turn to do bowling, but he decides, no, not this, but another person will do bowling. So he comes in and takes some new decisions. And sometimes the last moment decision matters. So decision making. What else? Aim objects. So you remain focused on the aim, and the aim is victory. Then you develop faith in yourself. As I said, confidence, but you also develop faith in yourself. What else? Team spirit. You develop team spirit. It is not I want to win, we want to win. It is not I, but our team. And you also develop love for the country. And there is a happiness after winning, but there should be happiness even after losing. Happiness because the other team has won. What else?
Throughout the game you are full of enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm. So, zeal and zest. So for any game, you need a lot of enthusiasm. You need that animation. You need that verve. You need that energy, that dynamics. Physical fitness. So you get filled with zeal and enthusiasm. Zeal and enthusiasm is needed, but also because of games, you become enthusiastic. What else? Obedience. Okay, you develop the ability because you have to follow what your seniors say. You form determination. This is a very good thing. Determination. There were so many players. What was the name of that player? Who was a shooter? I don't know. There was a shooter in the First World War. He was a very good shooter, but then he could not make it to the finals because there was a Second World War. And then again it was postponed. Multiple times it was postponed. But ultimately he made it. I don't remember the name of that shooter. What was? And there is a good story about his life. Who was that gymnast? When we were very small kids, one serial used to come on television. Nadia. Yeah. Nadia. There's a great story about her. How she faced so many hardships in her lives and she became the world's greatest gymnast. Nadia. There was a serial long back in early 80s. On televisions and Doordarshan serial used to come. So many sports persons, they develop the ability of determination. Firm determination. What else? Okay, we'll stop here. Now come back to the seva. So these are the things that happen because of games. Now come to seva. So when you seva, now tell what happens. Seva is a game. Seva is a game. When the service is a game, you also develop decision making powers. You develop the ability to focus. You develop physical fitness in seva. Earlier people were very healthy once upon a time. They used to do so many things, go to the field, and they were so much physically healthy. Now people are not doing anything. Especially Brahma Kumari lifestyle is absolutely sedentary lifestyle. Very, very sedentary lifestyle. You eat, sit and drink and walk a little. That's it. A handful of service. And that's why people are growing fat, obese, diabetic, hypertensive, ISD and so many battery of diseases. So, games, seva keeps you fit. Physical fitness, enthusiasm, then repeat everything whatever you told all the time. You develop team spirit, cooperation, obedience, time management because of service, decision making, concentration, focus, that is focus is concentration. Aim object most of the time is clear why I am doing this service. Free from waste, yeah, this is such a beautiful thing. Free from waste, your mind remains busy all the time. This mind remains active, mind remains busy. You are not engaged in waste. In today's Sakar Murli Baba said, I think that's the essence. You should not waste time. You should not waste time. You are the one who have to conquer the sleep. You are the conqueror of the sleep, Nidrajit. So you cannot waste time. You cannot have yawning. You cannot waste time in sleeping. Pinky. It's a new word. Okay. So games make you, seva keeps you fit. Seva keeps you active. Seva is a game. So you should not get depressed in seva. Why this happened and why that not happened. You should learn to accept defeat in service also. You go to some place, you explain Gyan to 10 people. None of them turned out to do the 7-day course. So don't get depressed. You have to learn to accept whatever that happens in seva. There is a program which was done, 10 lakh rupees spent. The result? Nil. You must learn to accept everything. Everything will happen. Baba said, knowledge seed is imperishable. It will not get perished. So wait. What else? If seva is a game, then I enjoy it. How seva? Seva will definitely increase memory. Look at there were people, suppose somebody is given the service of telephone exchange. She remembers or he remembers the phone numbers of everyone. And you ask them, how do you develop this ability to remember all the phone numbers? They said, because of this service we were forced. This is just one example. A driver has a very sharp memory of roads. Once he goes to one place, he knows next time he will go there. He will invariably take you there. So how he has developed? Earlier he was not having this memory, but now this time he said it is Baba's service and I have to do service. So he will remember all the roads. So he has developed the ability, the memory power. Because every seva will make you to remember things. If suppose somebody is made the high life, what is that known as? Helpline or something like that. So he has to remember so many things. A person who is visiting multiple centers, automatically he remembers the names of the sisters and the persons and the sevadharis. There are 50 departments. Okay? Just ask somebody else from outside to come and to go around and remember. He will not. But the person who is involved in the service will remember the names of in charges, the sisters, the junior sisters, the senior sisters, everyone. So memory power has increased. What else? Patience. So in seva, you develop patience. Tolerance, because you have to tolerate different. There are souls of different natures, different sanskars, different svabhav, together working. And we all have the same goal. Baba said these are the sticks of the different forests. One ki kathi. There are sticks of different forest here who are gathered. You have to emerge powers in service. So think of seva as a game. And game is for enjoyment. Game is for enjoyment. Enjoy it. Don't get disturbed because of it. Why this has happened, why that has happened, why he does this, why he does that. It's okay. People do all those things. And there is many times there is cheating in games. It's okay, you have to accept that also. Because you don't accept that everybody will have fair game. There would be foul game. There would be foul game. There would be cheating in the games. People would do cheating. And all the games would happen here only, in the Brahmin family. So there would be cheating here, there would be foul play here, there would be deceptions here. And Pandavas will have to get suffered. They will suffer. Because on another side there is a Shakuni who is sitting. And they are very tricksters. And Pandavas, they are very simpleton. They are very simple people. They don't know trickeries. They don't know deception. They are innocent. And they will suffer. So it is written in their fate that they will suffer. So don't get disturbed. Because even in their suffering, when they were sent in exile, after that game of chess, after that gambling, not chess, after that gambling, when they were sent in exile, so many good things happened to them. That Bhim got that, he's married, and then Ghatotkacha, and so many things, and then Draupadi came. So all the good things happened to them once they were out. If suppose they had not gone, they were not exiled, probably nothing, all these things would have happened. So it's good. So things would happen like that. So there would be cheating, there would be foul play, there would be deception, there would be mistrust, there would be blame game, there would be false accusations, there would be insults in the game. Some senior might insult the junior. All these things are very common in games. So don't worry about mistrust. Don't worry about insult. Don't worry about criticism. Don't worry because people are ridiculing me, laughing at me, making me the butt of laughter. Don't worry if people are becoming jealous. Don't worry because there is a favoritism, partiality. All these things are very common in games. And don't worry when, what is that there? Match fixing. These are the part of the game. Everything will happen. And this is the unlimited game. That's a limited game. This is the unlimited game. So don't think that everything will be fair here. All these things will happen. And when these things happen, you have to remain unshakable. You have to remain unflinching, immovable, stable, resolute. So that's what Seva has game. Om Shanti.